When the moment is right, will you be ready? Now, we do know our anatomy. The penile arteries are tiny threads compared to the size of the coronary arteries, so that not infrequently before somebody comes down with heart disease, they will find that they are no longer able to raise the flag. However, all is not lost, because not infrequently after I've counseled somebody, I'll get a phone call 9 or 10 months later. Dr. Esselstyn, yes, this is Mr. So-and-so. Oh, yeah. He said, you know, I thought I ought to give you a call because lately something has come up. And I'm wondering if I owe you another check.
Hey guys, it's Will. A while back I discovered the potato as being incredibly filling, tasty, and really the centerpiece of my diet and the success that I've had so far. Thanks to Dr. McDougall. And until recently, I think that's been the most amazing discovery and thing that I talk about. But recently, I discovered something that gets close to that, or if not exceeds it, and that's the benefits of eating leafy green salads and that type of thing. Spinach, arugula, kale, Swiss chard, stuff like that. We watched a video a few weeks ago by Dr. Esselstyn, and he talked about nitric oxide. So that's a gas, and it has a variety of properties, but one of the main benefits is that it opens up the arteries in your body. So if somebody has angina, which is restricted blood flow, they often get a nitroglycerin patch. So that's the nitro part, and it opens up the arteries. But a natural way is to eat leafy greens and things that have nitrates. And when you chew them in your mouth, the saliva and that, you get nitrites, and that gets into your body and becomes nitric oxide, along with the rest of the nitric oxide that you have. Now, we have blood flowing all over our body, and so by opening up the arteries, it's not just benefiting the heart. So if you're having erectile dysfunction or any issues as you age, like I'm 44 right now, and all I can say is that I started eating big bowls of spinach arugula salad with, balsamic vinegar and some other raw vegetables, and like cucumber, tomatoes, green and red pepper. And it's been incredible. So now, you can think of it as opening up your arteries to your heart and really benefiting your heart and repairing and reversing some of the heart disease that you might have developed. But blood flow is important to other parts of your body, circulation to your feet. You might have issues. But I just want to say that it's been for 6 months I've been eating starch-based diet and everything's been great. But and I have had salad here and there and off and on, a fair amount. But recently, when we really ramped up the spinach and arugula in particular, it really made a huge difference. I think sometimes it can be hard to figure out what if certain food helped you, or you're eating a bunch of different things. But my diet's been pretty steady as far as like the recipes that I have on the website. And just the other thing that we've been eating more of is cabbage soup. So like green cabbage. So I'm pretty confident that the leafy greens are responsible for some of the benefits that I've experienced. I'm going to show a few clips here from Dr. Esselstyn's talk that he gave, which goes into more details, and you can watch the whole thing.
Bok choy, Swiss chard, kale, collards, collard green, beans, mustard green, turnip greens, Napa cabbage, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cauliflower, cilantro, parsley, spinach, and arugula, and asparagus. And I'm out of breath. The artery dilated. So now the race was on globally. What was this factor that Furchtgott had discovered? And he labeled it the EDRF, the endothelial-derived relaxation factor. Thank heavens, that term was only around for 8 years. Because at the end of 8 years, Dr. Furchtgott, Dr. Murad, Dr. Luignaro, 1988, discovered it was a gas, nitric oxide, which we all make. And it has absolutely some wonderful properties. One, a wonderful level of nitric oxide keeps your blood flowing smoothly, like Teflon, rather than Velcro. Number two, nitric oxide is the strongest dilator of blood vessels in the body. You climb stairs, the arteries to your heart dilate. The arteries to your legs dilate. Nitric oxide. Nitric oxide will also prevent inflammation from forming in the wall of your artery, keep you from getting arteries that are stiff, keep you from getting high blood pressure, hypertension. Number four, pretty important, nitric oxide in plentiful amounts protects you from ever developing blockages or plaque. Number five, nitric oxide will prevent migration of smooth muscle from the wall of the artery from growing into the plaque. Number six, nitric oxide may destroy Darth Vader, the foam cell.
But anybody who's had heart issues wants to use a more natural food-based approach, I highly recommend leafy greens and salads. Like, I look at a lot of what I ate today, and there's a lot of smoothies and even rice and potatoes and all sorts of things like that, fruit, but don't see as much on the leafy greens. They are pretty low calorie, so you can eat pretty much as much as you want. You're not going to have much of an issue, but it's very important for artery function and endothelial function, blood flow, and I just think that has to be something you eat on a regular basis every day. Some of Dr. Esselstyn's patients, he's got them, I think it's like 5 times a day servings or something like that, eating salad if they're have heart issues to get them fixed up quickly. So just wanted to do a little short talk on leafy greens. Make sure you eat those every day. And somebody was saying there's other ways you could put dressing. You can make little fruit dressings, like blend up some fruit, mix some different things together. Right now I've just been eating a lot of balsamic vinegar. It's a mild, delicate version. So yeah, and it's a huge bowl, way bigger than you would ever think. Some people have a little salad on the side on a plate, but this is a huge bowl that I have, separately from usually I eat that first. So yeah, unbelievable effects. I wish I could say more, but just try it for yourself and let me know what you think. See you guys.
If I can convince you to chew, this is another reason why we don't use the smoothies. And if I can get you to chew nitrates, how do you chew nitrates? I'm going to give you 6. Kale, Swiss chard, arugula, spinach, beet greens, and beets. When you chew those nitrates will mix with the facultative anaerobic bacteria that normally lodge in the crypts of our tongue. Those bacteria will reduce that nitrates to nitrites. So when you swallow the nitrites, your gastric acid in your stomach will reduce the nitrites to nitric oxide, which can now enter your nitric oxide pool. And the nitrites in your stomach, which are not converted, farther down the gastrointestinal tract, will be reabsorbed into the circulation. And when they reach your salivary gland, they will be concentrated 10 to 20-fold. So that every time you now chew your food, additionally, your salivary glands are contributing nitrites, which when they enter your stomach, add again to the nitric oxide pool. How's that for excitement?